with bricks, relax with bricks, relax. AFOLs, relax, will you?
Hello AFOLs. So we start with something of a confession. So I received some emails, I think it was late last night, but I didn't see them until this morning, that we have, drumroll please, we have not one, but two new golden gooses. 2 new golden gooses. Yes, amazing. And they are Neil Taylor-Matson. Oh yes, Neil Taylor-Matson. And Tobermory Jake. Anyway, so what happens when someone becomes a goose is I get a notification from Patreon, and then I email them, and because I had 2 in my inbox this morning and they were both golden gooses, I thought, oh, okay, well I need to send essentially the same email to both of them, and so I wrote the one to Neil, sent it, and then I copied it and then pasted it into the one to Jake and sent it. And then Jake emailed me back, and then I realised that I hadn't changed the name from Neil to Jake. And it gets worse, because it turns out that Neil and Jake are married, so he knew I'd sent the email to Neil, and he knew that Neil was his husband, and it couldn't be worse. So without further ado, I'm adjudicating against myself. I'm afraid I'm adjudicating against myself, and I'm sending myself back to the Blair hole, for the crime of inadvertently forgetting to use the correct name in an email to a goose. So that's it, I'm afraid. I'm back in the clink, and without further ado, we will now do the knoll. Another person. Now, the more eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that there is an array of different pointing implements here, and you might be thinking, hang on, what's that about? Well, you will know that I am constantly pulling the end of this one off, and it does annoy me, and look, it gets a bit mucky. And anyway, so I just thought I'm going to have a little go on some new ones. So we're now going to have a little test run, and you can tell me which one you prefer. So there's the old one. We can stick with the old one that just points to things. And it's quite quiet, of course, because of the soft end. But that's that one. So that's option 1. That's the original, the original gangster pointer. Then we've got, well, there's actually 3 of these. So I'm proposing to give probably at least 2 of these away. So we've got different colours. But you will notice that this has a lovely shiny ball end. Oh, just spoiling yourself. So here's the extract action. Nice, and so we get this. So obviously you get a metallic noise when we point at things here. I mean, it's quite a big ball. But that's quite sort of a heavy, quite a heavy clanking noise there. So that's that option. Ooh, ooh. And that obviously comes in red, blue and black, so you can choose which colour you want to stay on the haunted table. And then we have this little nugget. Ooh, hello. Hello to you. Now, here we go, look. Oh, that's a very smooth action. And then more of a sort of a rattly noise. Light metallic rattle. Okay, ooh, that's a very smooth action, that one. So you can choose, over to you, Professor. Look out! Right, let's get on with bag 5, shall we? Now then, which way round are we going? I think we're round this way. So around this way. Where are we starting? I think we're starting over here. Oh Lord above, we're already off to a slightly troublesome start. But I'll give it my best shot. Noreen. She says, oh Lord preserve us, TARDIS and live and bricking. Sorry, it was just a suggestion. Can't believe my suggestion was accepted. My last suggestion was we all go to Legoland. I don't think any one of us thought we would still be in this shit show back then. Tell me about it. I'd just like to leave my country, never mind I'd just like to leave my county, never mind the country. Oh. Noreen, so say all of us. Honestly, I can't wait for us to go to Legoland. I also can't wait for the Order of the Haunted Table Goose, Tim Goff, to come and do a build in the Lego shed. All these things we're just waiting to do and get done and enjoy, etc. Jordan. Did you notice then how I was trying to place where the song was? Anyway, I've remembered it now. Jordan. Jordan. Noreen, because you suggested to build the TARDIS on live and bricking, you can be the first in line to join me at the console. Also, ideas are formulating for an animation. I'll have to speak to Mother Goose about that, though. Oh, by the way, I've decided what I'm going to do for Michael's animation. It's going to be a two-parter, interestingly. I'm doing one version, and then I'm doing the Michael version. So that's all I'm prepared to tell you at this point. But there will be a part 1 and a part 2. I mean, it's what he deserves. He's an extravaganza goose, for Pete's sake. He can have whatever he blinking well likes. Noreen says, so Jordan, that would make me a doctor's assistant. How exciting. I suspect you'd be an excellent doctor's assistant, Noreen. An absolutely brilliant one. That's my guess. FYI, I'm a bit terrified by the Nolan Pearson today. I'm just going to say that out loud, but we'll cross that bridge when we very much come to it. Tweedle, Mandy, Tweedle, Vospoo, Sue, they are twins and they love poo. FYI, before I get into what Tweedle, Vospoo, Sue has to say, is I received an email from the twins again last night, and they've done something sensational. I'll again, I will leave it at that, but we will have to wait until December for what they have done to be revealed. I can say no more than that, I'm afraid, at this stage, but it's going to be worth it, trust me. So what does it's Tweedlevoss Blue Sea. She says, Mother Goose, I ruddy loved my ride on Forest Dump. I can heartily recommend it. I'm glad the pen of requests has finally come out of its shell and communicated with you. I wonder what the pen of punishment sounds like. I don't know yet. I mean, the pen of punishment only comes out very rarely. I mean, we must be thankful for small mercies. Hang on a minute. What sort of an instruction is that? Hang on. What sort of an instruction is that? Hang on, I've missed out something here. Oh, I see. It goes there. All right. That's a useless. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with it. But look, I've got this instruction. Can you see? Can you see? Just, I'll go in on it. Look. Sorry. Oh, let me have a go with this one. Smooth as silk. Look. Here's this instruction, and it doesn't actually tell you. What are we supposed to just guess where this goes? I don't agree with that. There are problems with this booklet. I'm quite liking this one. Quite liking it. I can't lie. Right. Sorry. I've got to deal with some I've got to deal with some minor brown blindness. Who's up next? Oh, it's the Never-Ending Boinger. Never-Ending Boinger, Gary Blair, Gary Blair, Gary Blair. Never-Ending Boinger, Gary Blair, Gary Blair, Gary Blair. What do you want? Says, dear Mr. Devar, she's behind you. Well, I'm not anymore. I'm back in the player hole. I'm back in the Blair hole. What? Oh no, it's not that. It's not that. I've got brown blindness, severe brown blindness here. I think it's that. Yes, it is that. I hope you all watched the epic that was the Never-Ending Boingers attempt to do tiny little bricks that I put up on the Patreon for the Gooses yesterday. It was quite something. It's quite something. It's just extraordinary. It's very hypnotic because it's basically 40 minutes of the Never-Ending Boinger, trying to find bits that you can't find, and they're all absolutely minuscule and tiny because it's micro bricks, and it's sort of amazing. So I thoroughly recommend it if you're a goose and you have access to it, of course. If you haven't got access to it and you'd like to have access to it, then goose up, you get your membership pack and your membership card and your badges and your Elbsack voucher. Thank you. And other things if you are up the tiers. And stuff that's on Patreon that doesn't get posted over here. Look, we've got our first skeleton. Oh, look, he's got crazy arms. Look at this for a crazy skeleton. Look at him. This says, the idol of Everest, snatched from an Everest mountain temple. It is said the tendrils reach out into the unknown. It also makes a great coat rack. Well, I'm assuming that that's going like that. I'd turn it round so a little bit. Look, there, can you see? I mean, if they're trying to suggest this is a coat rack, how are they working that out? Because a minifig is never going to be able to reach that. I'm taking issue with that. Oh, I've just knocked over the bat. Sorry, Mr. Bat. Right, so I've done that, so I can turn the page. Oh no. We're one away from the start of the hell.
When the TARDIS is built, I will be offering trips through time and space.
Oh, thank you, Jordan. That's kind of you. Thank you. Gosh, trips through time and space. That's exciting, isn't it? Wait, the things you can get at Relax with Bricks? It's quite something, isn't it? Do you watch Relax with Bricks? No. What is it? It's this. It's a little difficult to explain. On the face of it, it's just. Well, you've put the wrong brick there for a start, Emma. Thank you for noticing. It's like a Lego channel on the face of it, but actually there are opportunities to travel through space and time. Really? What? Actual space and time? Yeah. They've got a TARDIS. They've got a TARDIS that works. Oh, but apparently, then that's what they're claiming. Yes. What's it called? It's called Relax with Bricks. Oh, all right. Well, check it out. Yeah, you have to speak to someone called Jordan about the travelling through. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the tip.
Gary Blair, in your face with knobs on. Chance would be a fine thing.
Then Jordan says,
wouldn't it just?
Good grief. You boys. Jim Byrne. In our house, he says, we like to find a time each evening when we can all sit and read at the same time. Not the same books. It doesn't happen every day. It's not a rule. It's just something we do for 20 minutes, as often as we can through the week to ensure we read. What a lovely idea. I was sent ahead last night to make sure the room was warm and ready. We have 3 lamps around the room, and after switching the first on and then proceeding to turn on the others, I heard the words escape from me faster than your dash from the Blair hole. Light, Bevis! Bevis! Light! Bevis! Light! I'm still chuckling. Oh, I love that. I love that. Now then, look at these rubber rings. Look at these. We're making 2 of these. So that's going on there. Then we want 3 of these in black. Oh, look at me putting rubbers on things. Oh, for goodness sake. Jordan,
I cannot do the 31st, but I can do the 6th of November.
Yeah, I think we've now established that the next Live and Bricking is going to be on Friday, November the 6th at 8 p.m. Eric, he's got a duck of Fazio. They both like watching Lego, and they really like musicals. Oh, his name is Eric, etc. Maybe the Top Hat twins could be Andy and Lou. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. But I think we've settled on the Arbuthnot's, Arbuthnot 1 and Arbuthnot 2 now, Eric.
Noreen says, pity you didn't name them Thompson, and they could have been the new Thompson twins or the Cocteau twins.
That's a very good point. They could have been the Thompson twins. Right, I've got to do this one again, look. So this is an interesting bit of business, isn't it? I've got to make another one of those. Before I do, I'll do the last bit of Google Eyes before we get to Twitter Eyes, and it's our dear old pal.
Is sorting out my nooks.
Oh, hello, Dolly Neptune. Hello. You're a bit tarry today, are you?
Yeah, I'm a bit tarry. Could I please, when I say me, please, could her over there, her indoors, as I like to call her, could she have a go on Forest Dump, please, thanks, King? In fact,
No, there will be no lighting of your cigarette because there is no smoking on the haunted table. Right, all right, come forth, Dame Dawn. Come forth, Dame Dawn. No, you pressed the wrong button there, didn't you, Candy? Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Let's just sort this out over here. We'll make sure that you're nice and safe because, of course, you are a national treasure. And you must be protected at all times. But let's just get you ready here, Dame Dawn, and we can. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. Bet that's nice, Dame Dawn. Oh, yeah. Look at that cake go. Let's do a quick one. Oh no. Oh no, your eyes come off now, Forest Dump. Right, here we go. Oh, that was a nice one. That was good. I'm back again, please. Ah! Oh no. I know there's been some sort of epic catastrophe involving Dame Dawn that now requires Felicia to save her. Quick, save Dame Dawn. Quick, save Dame Dawn. Save Dame Dawn. Dame Dawn saved. Dame Dawn saved. An eye down. Eye down. This is like some sort of major incident. There's an eye. We've got Dame Dawn. It's not safe. The riding on Forest Dump. I'll say that. Thank you, Felicia. Right, just go a little. Right, that'll do. That'll do. Off you go, please, Dame Dawn. Thank you. Everybody loves Forest Dump. Absolutely everybody. Thank you. Right, thank you, Dame Dawn. Go crest forth back to the bleachers. No, I don't think that's a good idea. No. No, Sigourney Weaver has not had a go on Forest Dump. No, she hasn't. No, we haven't heard from her in a while, have we? No, not since she was sent down for crimes that are still unspecified. Right. We'll get this going and then we'll get to Twitter Eyes. Twitter Eyes, Twitter Eyes. Twitter, 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 Twitter Eyes. Twitter Eyes, Twitter Eyes. Twitter Eyes, Twitter Eyes, Twitter Eyes. By the way, will someone remind me, please, when we have finished the haunted house, that we had a request in to do the time warp? Please, someone remind me, because I ought to put it in the request book. Did I put it in the request book? No, I didn't. All right, I'll put it in the request book. Come here, please. Pen of request. Beep, 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 beep. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Really? Wow, didn't have you down as a gossip. When haunted house is done. Time warp animation. That might have to be a Rosie Lee special. Yes, thank you for pen and request. Come on now, that's an unfounded rumour. That's unfounded. All right. Mr. Graham Triggs. It's nice that Lego tries to be inclusive, but having a wheelchair-bound minifig in this set just makes it look like the drop ride is dangerous. A Lego thrill ride dangerous in Mother Goose's hairy knuckles? Surely not. There's a lot of boinging going on, have you noticed? Have you noticed? Eric Oswald. What's going on with the right hand, Emma? Just colder than the left hand? Or do you have some carpal tunnel device on the right wrist? Yes, I've been having a problem with my wrist, Eric. And I've got a little thing that I wear when it's being particularly painful. But I've just got myself some of those wrist, they're like a memory foam wristy things that you use for when you're using your mouse and when you're doing writing at your computer, and I'm hoping that's going to help as well. I think I'm just getting old, Eric. Just getting old. I've got writer's disease in the old wrists. Right, before we get to Professor Lego, this is going in. So that's going there. That's going... Oh no, I'm putting it in entirely the wrong place. It's going there. And there. Okay. And these going here. That one's not sitting down nicely, which, there we are. Okay. And that one's not quite as, that one's a bit tight. Oh, there we go. Okay, lovely. That one's not as... Oh, Lord. Push that in a bit more, I think. I think that'll make a difference. Look, that one's really running free. What's the difference there? And that one's much stiffer. Sorry, I just knocked over the Arbuthnot. Oh, good grief. The Arbuthnot 1 just kicked Arbuthnot 2 in the face. I wonder why that one's really... Look, that one's really zoomy. That one's not so zoomy. Well, I'm not sure I can do anything about that. Professor Lego. So today's question is, what date would we prefer for the next live unbrooking? In second place with 26% of the vote is Halloween. But with first place with 74% of the vote, it's November the 6th, Friday. So there it is. It's official. It's official. It's official. Then Bev Bratton says, they're a bit confused. If the plan was to move to Friday to avoid Strictly, why is moving to Halloween Saturday better, as we'd still miss Strictly? And then Katie Hall says, I thought Emma decided against Friday when Eric said he'd have to miss it. Could we do it after Strictly? No, Eric said he could do Friday the 6th. Then Bev says, oh, I see. He must have missed that bit about Eric. Clearly not paying attention, sorry. There's a lot of... I know it was Bevis who suggested Halloween. Little Sue, she's called Little Sue. She's called Sue. It's Little Sue.
Hello, it's me, Little Sue.
Hello, Little Sue.
I have things to say.
Uh-oh. Yeah?
Emma, it was Bevis that suggested Strictly might not be on Halloween, but turns out it is. And Eric has realised he's got some holiday, including on the 6th, which means he can watch live and breaking on the 6th.
Yes, that was my understanding. Hence, that's why we're having it on November the 6th. This will only affect the November and December live and bricking, of course, while Strictly's on. Because after... No, wait, hang on. Oh my gosh. Emma, please pay attention during this bit because it's very serious. Hang on. Hang on a minute.
Emma, you are facing major techniques, and I can only suggest that you really start paying a bit more attention, because you're going to get yourself into a terrible fiddle. Oh no, I said terrible fiddle. Please boing me.
Thanks, little Sue. Thanks, little Sue. Thanks, little Sue. Right, I am going to pay attention now because I wasn't paying attention. And now I'm going to pay attention because this is serious techniques. Hang on, please. This is serious techniques. This is not amateur techniques. This is serious techniques. Look at the techniques on that. Okay. Yep, that's moving everything nicely. Thank you.
Beavis Masson, Uncle Strawberry the Sensei, the Moaning Minnie, the Matera, the Lego Whisperer.
He says, another little Alex Horn. I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't look anything like Alex Horn. Oh yes, live and bricking to help either celebrate or commiserate the US election is a very good point. Oh, please, God, they get rid of him. Please, God. I sort of think everyone just needs to get down on their knees and start praying. Please, God. He says, assuming no one else has said anything, ignore the Halloween live and bricking suggestion. Strictly stocks tonight. There's no skipped weeks this year. No, there's no skipped weeks. There's no skipped weeks. That's also working. Okay. All right, they're both working. So that's fine. Bevis watches the prof baiting Zomblare. Fight. He's a troublemaker, Bevis Muscle. He just loves a fight. He loves it. I've never committed to any of the light sets either because the reviews of them tend to be a bit divided. I like the idea of Ninjago City and docks all being beautifully lit up, but not if they're also covered in trailing wires. That's my issue. That has it when the Ghostbuster car had them all in and was lit up. It looked fantastic. It looked absolutely fantastic, but it was absolutely covered in bits of trailing wire, and it didn't look nice. So no, I'm with you on that, Bevis. The fire should be at the back of the fireplace with the tiny unicorn fire guard at the front, not the back, you hairy-knuckled cretin. I think I did fix it. I fixed it, so in your face, in your actual face. Hang on, he says. Is Mr. the VAR allowing you to escape in exchange for a bribe? Because that's not on. If Mr. the VAR gets to accept bribes, then I want to be bribed the next time you need to avoid the wrath of the Lego gods. I'd quite like a magic wand to go with my cloak and beehive. You're already holding what can only be described as an implement that Jackie Swan would be delighted with. Look. Your hands are full, Bevis. If you want a wand, you have to either let go of the butterfly testicles or you have to say goodbye to the implement that Jackie Swan would be only delighted to have very much in her hand. It's up to you. You can decide. You can decide. But you haven't got 3 hands, so bad luck. It said, I'd ask for a go on the cloud, but Ruth looks like she's having far too much fun for me to make her leave. I think Ruth can stay there for a little bit longer, and then you can have a go. Well, we'll leave it up to Ruth. When Ruth has had enough time on the cloud, then you can have a go. Bevis says, is little Sue accusing you of being an environmental hazard?
Do you mean when I was referring to the amount of methane gas that Emma puts into the atmosphere?
Yes, I think that's what he is referring to. Yes, but I mean, I can't imagine that you would want to accuse me of that, little Sue.
No, that is what I'm accusing you of, yes. Press the button.
Bevis Masson, the Haunted Mansion stretching room. The reason it's a lift in California is because they needed to build the ride on the other side of the road outside the original park boundary. So the walk to the ride itself takes you under the road. And that's interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? In Florida, what with it being built on a swamp, they couldn't dig down to do the same, even though most of Magic Kingdom is actually raised up with tunnels under it, which is why the roof goes up. Again, this is interesting. In Paris, where it's called Phantom Manor, and it's a slightly different story, I'm pretty sure it's a lift going down, even though it doesn't need to go under a road, as in California. How fascinating. There's a tremendous series, Bevis says, on Disney Plus about the making of all the parks that talks a lot about the mechanics of various rides, and the different versions of Phantom Manor / Haunted Mansion are one of the key ones they look at. I was much more forgiving of the somewhat simpler nature of the Monster Fighter Haunted House because it was one of the first big sets like that, but we expect so much more now that it's a bit underwhelming so far. Yeah, it hasn't got going. This set has not got going yet. I think we're all in agreement about that. We want detail, please. We want detail and we want finicky bits. That's what we love. But I'm hoping it's going to come good. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm forever hopeful that this will come good. But we'll see what's what. Bevis, just so Zomblé knows, I saw the shelf tour, which means it must be in one of the Monkey Kid videos.
Was that the big orange shelves with all the creator builds on?
No, just the regular ones with the instructions.
Well, no, I'm talking about the big shelves, not little shelves. Big shelves.
Big hand? Little hand. I'm not... Oh, hang on, we've got an adjudication. Or not. We're about to find out. Oh, crumbs, I almost took the whole wall out then.
Hang on, Mr. Graham-Triggs. Hang on, Mr. Graham-Triggs.
I'm not adjudicating on John Parry. I'm sorry, what? What? Mentioning the bill that must not be named, because I said exactly the same thing to him outside of club business. I'm sorry, what? What? John Parry does not get adjudicated on for blatantly saying the bill that shall not be named in club business. What? What corruption is this?
Completely fair and impartial as ever. It was a simple, slip of the tongue. Thank you, Mr. Triggs. Hashtag checks in the post.
I'm sorry? I'm actually outraged.
I'm outraged.
I'm outraged. I'm outraged. You've rendered me speechless. I can't actually believe it. He absolutely 100% said the build that shall not be named inside of club business. I'm sorry. I'm going to appeal. I'm going to appeal. I'm appealing. I'm appealing. I'm appealing, please, Mr. Graham Triggs. I would like an appeal on the adjudication that you are not adjudicating on Mr. John Parry for saying the build which shall not be named, because he clearly did say it. Thank you. An appeal for adjudication. Actually, this is cronyism at its very worst.
At its absolute very worst. Professor Lager. So, the Moaning Mini,
Yes, that is his correct name.
asked about the following printed piece.
Yes.
It has been resurrected after many years of not being in service. This is the first set it has appeared in since 2004. Quite the hiatus, indeed. Side note, I needed a number of these much earlier in the year, before the haunted house was released. I had to pay retired prices. Bah! Previously, though, it was used between 1990 and 2004 and appeared in 42 sets. The 5 sets in 1990 were all part of the M-Tron line, open bracket space, close bracket, and 811 of the 1991 sets were in the space category too. So Bevis did identify correctly.
Can we just marvel, please, at how Professor Lego knows? Professor, how do you know these things? How do you know? Have you got like a Lego encyclopedia? How do you find these things out? Because it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Sorry, burp. Not a fruity burp actually. That's a bread and Marmite burp today, because we had a bit of a French stick yesterday for a treat, and there was a bit left over, and I had it for breakfast. Yeah, I mean, it's a Sunday. You're allowed to eat French stick with a bit of Marmite on and a bit of pâté for breakfast on a Sunday. You can have anything you like for breakfast on a Sunday. That's the rules. That's the rules. Neil, our golden goose. He's our new golden goose. Neil. It says, it's good to see a rediscovering of classic pieces, but I understand that the nostalgia element is a major aspect of the detailing of the haunted house, which nods back to previous 1990s themes popular with AFOLs and indeed AFOL wax. This is exciting. Like Neil's got loads of intel about Lego too. I love it. This is super. This is a super development. It's like we've got Lego scholars. I love it. Go on, get in there. Get in there, please. Thank you. Okay, that's turning nicely. Come on, please. That's not turning so nicely. Hang on. Oh, crumbs. This has all gone to pot. Okay, that's turning nice. That's not there, look. That needs to be there. Okay. Right. You have to make sure that's down there. So those cogs are all turning nicely. Okay, good. Bevis says, so is the Monster Fighter haunted house vibe a deliberate one then? He asks. We'll have to wait for Neil to get back to us on that one. Tanya now says, just spent 45 minutes glued to Gary Blair's micro bricks. Now this looks like Duplo. I know. It's hypnotic, isn't it? Gary Blair's micro bricks build. Absolutely hypnotic. I'm slightly tempted. I slightly think we might need to do one. What does everyone feel about that? It might be the death of us all, but I feel like we might want to give it a go. Oh, what's happened here? Didn't finish that off. That's what happened here. Hold on. I'm wearing my hat today, and I've just realised that it's been knocking against the zip on my thing. So I hope that hasn't been annoying you. I'll take it off just in case it has been annoying you. I remember when. Oh, I've done that wrong. I remember when I came in and I wore a puffer jacket, and it sounded like I was inside a dishwasher for the entirety of the film. Let's check. Yeah, okay. My goodness, there's something massive about to happen. Scrub down, scrub down. It's Jackie Swan. She says, is your right hand particularly cold, or do you have Lego related RSI? Do we need to complete an incident form? I tell you what I've got, Jackie Swan. I have a pain that runs up here. And I think it's from doing that. On my mouse, thank you. I think it's a computer related repetitive strain injury. That's what it is. Faye, too much boinging on the sound effect machine. I'll boing you. Stan's mum, could I please return to the bleachers? I've been at the cheese bar for several weeks, which is very much like my actual life at the moment. Sympathies for the RSI. I currently have a sprained thumb. Oh, I've got what this thumb hurts too. I think that's from holding my phone. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying any attention to what I should actually be doing here. Oh, it's not like you. No, it's like that. I'm making two of these. That's going there. Yes, hang on. Let me get Stan's mum from the cheese bar and put her back on the bleachers. You're full of cheese, Stan's mum. You're absolutely rammed with it. Hang on. Let's put you back on the bleachers. There we go. You're up. You're back on the bleachers. Hang on. Let's get my tweedle blankie back on again. Don't know what to do without my tweedle blankie. I love my tweedle blankie. She then says, sympathies for the RSI. I currently have a sprained thumb, although it's proving much less painful than the time I sprained my tongue. I'm sorry.
Emma.
Yes.
Please press the boing button for that.
Excuse me? How did you sprain your tongue? Bring. Hello.
Yes, hello, it's Katie Hall here.
Yes, hello, Katie Hall.
Please can you find out the story behind Stan's mum's sprained tongue, please?
Yes, I will. I'll endeavour to do so.
Thank you.
We'd like the full story, please, of your sprained tongue. Thank you. I just put that there. I just went in there. We'll have that in full, please. Stan's mum, thank you for the interest. I sprained my thumb playing golf. Yes, but that's not what we asked, is it? Tanya now just says, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that isn't just.
Says Little Sue. But we need to know how you sprained your tongue. You didn't do that playing golf, did you, Stan's mum? Neil said, are the bearded Mr. Thompson twins on a par with the Kemp twins from EastEnders. Might need clarification by Mother Goose for those not familiar. EastEnders is a British sitcom, for those of you who are not aware. Something very exciting is about to happen, by the way. Oh, that's facing the wrong way. Hang on. That should face that way. Yes, EastEnders is a British sitcom, and the Kemp twins are sort of like they're the main characters in it. Would Professor Lego be able to confirm of any examples of other twins appearing in Lego sets? Asks Neil. And then it says, thank you, Professor Lego. Of course. Oh, for some reason this reply has come before Professor Lego.
Interesting question. I've found a few examples. In the world of Harry Potter, the Weasley twins and the Battle twins have both been immortalised in Lego Farm. The Battles in this year's Harry Potter Advent Calendar, and the Weasleys in the Series 2 CMF HP series, as well as Diagon Alley. There are also the Time twins from the Ninjago lore, Acronix and Crux, who can be found in the set Dawn of Iron Doom, 70626. Also worthy of a mention are the Wonder Twins, Jaina and Zan, who are part of Series 2 CMF series for the Lego Batman film. However, for twins represented by identical Lego figures right down to part numbers, we have to go back to the first Diagon Alley in 2001. It is the Weasley twins once more, where the exact same prints from head to foot are used. Neil says, thanks, that's brilliant info. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? By the way, will you feast your eyes on this? We've never had that before. Never. Is that a new part, Professor Lego? Is it? Because that's a whopper. That's an absolute whopper. Neil says, thank you, Professor Lego. Of course, the Weasley twins is an example which I really should have thought about. Haven't built Diagon Alley yet or watched the Relax episodes for that set so as not to spoil potential surprises. Oh, I think you'll love it. I think you'll absolutely love it. Yes.
I absolutely loved Gary Blair's film.
Yes, good.
I'm humbled to have made an appearance, and it was kind of you to lend him your pointy pointer.
Well, actually, it was watching him with his metal pointy pointer that made me want a metal-ended pointy pointer because this one's always dirty. Although I will always have a special fondness for it. But this, I mean, just listen to this. I mean, that's lovely, isn't it? The question is going to be whether or not we like a metal pointer and all the sounds that it brings, and whether you want this rattly one. I mean, this is like the super posh pointer, isn't it? Ooh, okay, silky smooth. Or whether you want slightly bigger. This one's a little. It's more robust. Anyway, I'm afraid there must be a Professor Lego poll on that. Will you look at the action on this?
As an aside, can you get who was doing the filming, please, of the Gary Blair's film, please? I'd like to know who was doing it.
Never-ending Boinger says, I had my phone tied with a string to an angled floor lamp. I mean, it comes as no surprise whatsoever.
I want to whisper something, Emma.
Yeah, go on then.
Whisper it into. Can you please whisper it into your microphone like you do when you ask for no snitching?
Yes.
Emma's free. Hooray! Please press the button.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am. Ruth Hayes. Keith has excellent taste in jumpers and a rather mischievous look on his face, which makes me happy. Michael. Here's a comparison photo in some of the different brick set sizes I have, and a photo of some mini buildings. The left ones are regular size, right ones are the LOZ ones. Oh, look. I mean, they are teeny tiny, aren't they? Oh, they're wonderful. I do love the little mini things. That's a lovely collection there, Michael. That's super. Tobermory Jake, he's a golden goose. Golden goose. Tobermory Jake, who got the wrong email? That's going to stick. He says, I'm really not sure, in the spirit of inclusivity, that Keith is going to go and stand next to Mr. Thomas. And Mr. Thomas, Arbuthnot 1, Arbuthnot 2. That's a boing, but that is entirely reasonable because, of course, Keith is in a wheelchair. Okay, he's sitting next to them. Jackie Swan, the VAR is on Barry Glare. Yeah, the VAR is on Barry Glare. He looks tremendous. Will you look at how happy he looks? Look at him. Look at his happy little face. He couldn't be happier. He could not be happier. Taylor now dressed to test says, yep. And Jordan says, that jailbreak was absolutely thrilling. Wasn't it? But I'm back in there now. Tweedle Vospoo Sue says, best big hand, little hand ever. Well, you know, I mean, I do understand that people are concerned that my hand is are the same sizes, but we're just touching fingers, just touching fingers. There we are. Yeah, you see, I don't really know what everyone's complaining about. Tobermory Jake, if you're wondering why I'm not really doing anything up here at the moment, it's because I've almost run out of bits, and there's still club business to be done. Oh, that's a worry. Oh, that's because I've put it in the wrong place. You've put it in the wrong place, Emma. Oh no.
Emma, please don't break the whole thing now that you've made it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing my best. It's there. It's there. Tobermory Jake raised his hand again. The mini unicorn hall fireplace is still facing in the wrong direction. Puts hand back down again. Yes, I did realise this, Tobermory Jake, and I have fixed it. I promise you. I properly promise you that I have fixed it. So do not despair. Oh, if that's there, that must be there. Yes. That's a worry. I think this is in the wrong place. What a catalogue of disasters are occurring right at the last minute today. That's what? Is that right? Let me just look. Oh no, this is disastrous. I've really messed up here. There we go. Now we're back on track. Michael, Impa always watches Relax with Bricks with me. I was joined by Midna for bag 3 when she heard you calling Fazio a good boy. Oh, look at their lovely faces. Oh, Impa. Impa and Midna. Jim Byrne says, have you seen this minifig on the run? Not anymore. I'm back in. I'm back in. I'm back in the Blair hole, and that concludes club business. I'm back in the Blair hole. I think I can only now be. Could do this for a couple of hours. That's a lovely action, isn't it? That's a lovely action. Hang on, we haven't finished. We're about to finish any second now. So that's going on there. That's up there. That's there, and that's it. That is bag 5. Now, where did these go? Where did these go? They must go in here somewhere. Oh, I've taken out an Arbuthnot. Oh, that's rather impressive looking on this side, isn't it? This. Where did these go? I wonder if they were... Let me just check. Just flicking back to the Skellington bit. Oh, hello. Oh, it goes in the top of his head. We're only using one of them. All right. Okay. Voila. And that's it. That is bag 5. I rather like the look of that from that side, don't you? Suddenly this is feeling a little bit better, as if we're getting somewhere. And look, you can see down here. Sorry, use my finger. I've put them in the right place now. Mr. Skellington, I like this gold section. Thank you. That's it. So I will see you tomorrow for bag 6 AFOL Wax Forever. Bye-bye.